into match number 27. We go now over in the Vanarama National League, as of course Notts County still lead the charge. But is it actually advantage to Pool FC? We're going to take a look at that and more next. That's right, folks. Once again, I'm going to predict a video today. We're forward match number 27, I believe, over in the Vanarama National League, and we'll get to that in just 1 second. If you're new, where you been, smash your subscribe button, magnet, all things Rovers related, National League related, World Football related. We got it all here, boys, under one roof. Of course, I am back in a way. I am back in a way, but not really. As of course, we try to get the video, keep the videos going. I am, of course, using a bit of a bare bones setup here, so please forgive the way I look. I'm not usually this hideous, but I am a little bit hideous right now. So please forgive me. And of course, hopefully you can hear me with this setup. So we're going to keep on predicting. Things are a little bit rough around the edges because we are living out of a shoebox, out of a suitcase. And we just don't know when or when that's going to sort itself out. Anyway, so let's get into it, talk about what we're here to talk about, which is, of course, the Vanarama National League. So make sure you subscribe, hit the thumbs up, and here we go. Then, shall we kick it on forward with a recap of what went on last time. Now, I know I've been in here, there, and everywhere, and I did a lot of predictions videos, but with no clarity. So we are recapping the last ones. You're going to have to forgive me this weekend, or just to try and get myself into some sort of rhythm to bring you bang up to date with the leaderboards and stuff like that. So we're just going to reveal what I did predict on the last one, and then hopefully we'll be able to get a bit more serious into next week. So anyway, Boreham Wood. Okay, let's just reveal these because they're all over the place. But I do believe they are all here. So, Bromley picked up a 0-0 draw against Southend. I went with a 1-0 win myself. Eastleigh with the 4-0 win over Dorking. I went with a 2-1 win myself. Chesterfield 4-1 win over Aldershot. I went with a 3-0. Halifax 2, Altrincham 2 was the final score. I went with a 3-1 win. Maidenhead with a 0-0 draw against Wealdstone. I went with one more draw, not too shabby on that one. Oldham 2, Notts County 2, bit of a zinger right there. Costing Notts County a bit of a, maintaining their lead, so to speak. So a 2-0 it was for me, in my eyes. Yeovil, 2-0 winners of a Torquay. I went with a 1-0 win myself. Meanwhile, Boreham Wood, 1-1 draw against Barnet. I went with a 2-1 win. Gateshead 2, York City 2. I went with a 2-1 win for York. And of course, Maidstone with a 1-0 loss to Dagenham, which I got the one spot on. And of course, Wrexham did their thing. And they beat Solihull 2-1 in the end. Like I said, Prediction League is all over the place, but this is the table as it stands. And as you can see, Notts County are 2 points clear of Wrexham, who have a game in hand. So win that, they go top. That is massive for you Ryan Reynolds fans, of course. But anyway, let's take a look. If you want to get involved with the Prediction League, which is continuing, so let's go big screen for this. So it's here, Cutler Force National League. So the situation here is, half of my stuff is in Georgia. Actually, 2/3 of my stuff is in Georgia. The rest of my stuff is here in Pennsylvania. We've got no start date or a date to actually begin. It could be 2 weeks, but it won't be 2 weeks. It's basically between 4-6 weeks, could be 8 weeks. So it's a lot of waiting around. So I cannot crunch the numbers because I didn't copy everything over to this basic setup we got here. So we are going to have to, you're going to have to bide my time. We will have some clarity when we get to our final destination. Anyway, where are we? So let's kick it on forward with the next one. Oh my gosh, it's straight in the deep end. No mucking about here. No mucking about. So we'll take a look at Aldershot up against Chesterfield. So let's take a long hard look at this Badgerino. And then shall we? What's going on? I'm just feeling this is a bit weird. Something going on here. But anyway, we are taking a look at Aldershot against Chesterfield. So it is FA Cup weekend. So a lot of these games will not be going ahead, but some of them will. So we will take a long hard look at this one. Aldershot against Chesterfield is one of those questionable ones. So we shall possibly forego that, or will we? I mean, let me get this. Let me get moving in the right direction and try and fire this bad boy up. It's always hinky is the non-league. So anyway, take a look at it. It is scheduled to take place this weekend, but it doesn't look like it will do. Anyway, 17 times they played since 2008. 2 wins for Aldershot, 9 wins for Chesterfield. We've got 6 draws, of course. Aldershot, 50% form for them right now. 1-3 and lost 3 over against Chesterfield, who've won 4 and lost 2 over the last 6. 67% form for them. Last time around, over in Aldershot, it was a 2-0 win for Chesterfield back in August 2021. They were actually unbeaten against Aldershot over the last 6. Picking up 3 wins and 3 draws. Of course, most recently, Chesterfield with a 4-1 win over Scunthorpe. Aldershot with a 4-1 loss against Woking. I don't have any odds because we don't know if this game's going to go ahead. So we shall see about that one. I'm actually seeing Aldershot Aldershot versus Notts County for this weekend. So that might or may not be the game to come ahead. I don't think it is, because Chesterfield are in the cup against West Brom. But anyway, if it would have went ahead, I would have went with a 1-0 win for Chesterfield for me on this one. Next up, of course, we have Notts County up against Boreham Wood. Or do we? Again, another one of those that may or may not happen. I don't think it will be. I think Notts County are also... Are they in the cup action? Or Boreham Wood, who, remember, had a fantastic cup run last season. But, of course, they were scheduled to take place. It may happen on the 10th of Jan. But anyway, we'll predict it anyway. Of course, coming down, Notts County have played Boreham Wood 9 times in 2016. 3 for Notts County, 1 for Boreham Wood. And we've got 5 draws at the moment. Notts County are unbeaten in the last 6, picking up 5 wins and a draw. Meanwhile, Boreham Wood just 1 5 for the 40% form for them heading into this game. Last round over in Notts County, it was a 1-0 win. That was back in March 2022. Notts County, of course, just 1 loss against Boreham Wood over the last 6. Same could be said the other way. These two sides do like draws. Boreham Wood are going to on the back of a draw when they drew with Barnet, as did Notts County with a 2-2 draw against Oldham. According to my schedule, it is Boreham Wood who are still in the cup up against Accrington Stanley. But in this game, if it was to happen without any odds, I would have went with a 1-0 win. Bloody hell. What is up with this sticky-ass, fucking shitty-ass setup here? 2-1 win for Notts County, none the same. So that's kicking on forward then. Wrexham up against Yeovil. Are they in action or not? I can't wait till we get the setup back in normality, and it isn't. It is not happening. It doesn't look like. So Wrexham were scheduled to take place against Yeovil, but of course it does not look like it's going to happen again. I think Wrexham are still in the cup. I think they might even have a fantastic cup tie to look forward to. But if it was going to go ahead, it would have happened. But this weekend, 8 times they played Chesterfield 2003, 3 wins apiece and 3 wins apiece and 2 draws. Wrexham though 90% form for them right now, winning 5 of the last 6. Yeovil though just 1 defeat past 6, heading into this match as well. Last time around over in Wrexham, it was a 2-0 win for Yeovil. That was back in November 2021. Meanwhile, Yeovil did pick up a 2-0 win over Torquay. Wrexham with a 2-1 win over Solihull. I don't have any odds, as Wrexham are up against Coventry in the cup. I am actually going to go a 2-0 win for Wrexham if this game was to go ahead, but of course it is not. Back forward to we go to the A's. It is Altrincham. They are taking on Bromley. That game is scheduled to take place, of course, this coming Saturday, the 7th of Jan. 7 times they played since 2015, 3 for Bromley, 1 for Altrincham, 3 draws, of course. Altrincham, though, coming into 83% form for them right now, without a loss in the last 6. In fact, last 8, they're unbeaten. Of course, Bromley, though, just 1 defeat past 6, 58% form for them, heading into this. Last time around, over in Altrincham, it was a 1-0 win for Bromley back in December 2021. Bromley unbeaten against Altrincham over the last 6, pick up 3 wins and 3 draws, and also coming to us on the back of a draw against Southend United. Altrincham also drawing with Halifax Town, 2-2 last time around. Basic odds here go in favour of Altrincham, who are red hot to trot right now, and of course might even start to climb up the league themselves. I'm going to go with a win for, what am I going to go with? I'm going to go with a 2-1 win for Bromley, though. Surprise, surprise. They are a bit of a decent size, sitting pretty in 9th in the table at the moment. Kicking on forward, though, we have Dagenham and Redbridge up against Woking. Of course, coming at you also on the 7th. Played each other 19 times, 2003. 5 wins for Dagenham, 6 wins for Woking, and we've got 8 draws at the moment. Last time around, for these two sides over in Dagenham, it was a 1-1 draw back in February 2022, in the 22nd of the 2nd, 2022. Heading into this, so Dagenham 58% form, winning 3 on the bounce. Woking, though, have not lost any of the last 6 away matches. 58% form for them, winning 3 of the last 6 games, both home and away. Woking coming to on the back of a 4-1 win over Aldershot. Dagenham with a 1-0 win over Maidstone. Back-to-back clean sheets as well, scoring 7 goals in the past 3 games combined. However, what about this one? Got basic odds on this one, and my basic odds go in favour of, I think it must go in favour of Woking, but only just. It's very, very tight between the two sides in the bookies' odds. I'm actually going with a 2-1 win for Woking on the road. 3 points to the count, and hopefully keeping up their mix for potentially an outside shot for Automatics. Meanwhile, Dorking Wanderers up against Oldham Athletic, also taking place this coming Saturday. Played each other just the one time. We'll talk about that shortly. Dorking, though, coming to this 42% form for them right now, just 1 defeat past 4 up against the Oldham side. 1 defeat past 4, also 42% form. Both sides identical records heading into this. That previous and one and only occasion they played each other was at Oldham back at the start of the season, round second match day. That was a 3-2 win for Oldham in Oldham. However, Dorking coming to this on the back of the 4-0 loss to Eastleigh. Oldham with a big 2-2 draw against tabletoppers Notts County. The odds for this one go in favour of Dorking. They are favoured to win this game. As for me, though, I'm going to go with a 1-1 draw myself. Point split right down the middle. Who do you think is going to be happier than that? Dorking or Oldham? Let me know down below. Kicking it forward, Barnet up against Gateshead. Of course, coming at you at Barnet this coming Saturday. Played each other 7 times, 2013, 3 wins apiece and 1 draw. Barnet, though, 75% form for them right now. Just 1 defeat in the past 6. Gateshead, though, 1-2 lost to and drawn to. 50% form for them heading into this as well. Coming at you, Gateshead did lose to Barnet. Actually, they beat Barnet in Barnet last time I played back in November 2018. Barnet, they'll pick up a draw against Boreham. Most recently, Gateshead with a 2-2 draw at home to York. The odds right here are now going in favour of Barnet, who are flying high in 5th of the table at the moment. Of course, looking to get a win. And the win they'll get. 2-1 win for me in my eyes. Kicking on forward, what do we have? We have Scunthorpe United up against Maidenhead, of course, coming at you this Saturday as well. Now, these two sides have played just the one time. I'll talk about that shortly. 8% form for them for Scunthorpe right now. Just one highlight of the last 6 games. That was a draw. But, of course, haven't won in the last 11. Meanwhile, Maidenhead just one win in the last 6 of them. 33% form for them at the moment. Last time around, though, it was a 3-2 win for Maidenhead in Maidenhead back in match number 2. And, of course, Scunthorpe coming on the back of the 4-1 loss against Chesterfield. Maidenhead with a 0-0 draw against Wealdstone. But the odds right here right now are pretty much even Stevens between the two sides. Nothing can separate the two sides. Can Maidenhead get themselves a big fat win? They are outside the relegation zone at the moment, but Scunthorpe are red hot to trot and look like they're going to go down. But for me, I'm going to go with a 1-0 win for Scunthorpe. Got to break the deadlock and, of course, get moving in 2023 for the Irons right now. Coming on forward, we do have Southend United up against Solihull Moors, of course, or do we? Let's have a look at that Badgerino. Yes, it looks like we do. Coming at you this coming Saturday, play each other 3 times. 1 win for Solihull Moors, another for Southend, 2 draws, of course. Southend, though, 33% form for the managers, 1 defeat plus 4. Up against Solihull Moors side, who've won twice at the last 6. 33% form for them heading into this. Last time around, though, over at Roots Hall, it was a 1-1 draw back in February 2022. They also played each other this season, back in match number 2. It was a 1-1 draw. Wrexham did beat Solihull Moors most recently, and Southend pick up a 0-0 draw against Bromley. It's actually been back-to-back games now without a goal for Southend. However, they come into this with the odds favoured to win this game on this one. They are favoured, of course. For me, going to go with a 2-1 win for Southend as well. And, of course, upsetting the apple cart, denting Solihull Moors' playoff ambitions down to 11th right now. They've kind of fallen off the face of it for the time being. Kicking off forward, we have Torquay United. They're locking horns up against, of course, Halifax Town. Let's take a look at it then. Of course, down the south coast. Played each other 16 times, 2007, 9 wins for Torquay. We've got 5 wins for Halifax, and we've got 2 draws at the moment. And now these two sides have played each other over those 16 times. The last time around, though, in Torquay, it was a 3-2 win for Halifax Town back in November 2021. They did play each other back in match number 2. It was a 1-0 win for Torquay over in Halifax, of course. Halifax, though, coming to this on the back of 58% form for their managers, 1 defeat past 5. Up against the Torquay side, 50% form, 1-2 lost to and drawn to over the last 6. The form book, or the bookies say Halifax Town are favoured to win this game, and I'm going to go with them as well. Sneaking a 1-0 win on the road at Torquay. Kicking on forward, we have 2 more left. It is Wealdstone. They're taking on Eastleigh, of course. A bit of a London affair, this Badgerino. Coming at you as well on Saturday. Played each other 6 times in 2020. 1 win for Wealdstone, 4 for Eastleigh, and 1 draw. Wealdstone, though, coming to this on 50% form, 1-2 lost to and drawn to. Up against the Eastleigh side on 58% form, winning 3 of the last 6. Last time around, though, over at Wealdstone, it was a 2-1 win for Eastleigh way back in October 2021. Eastleigh actually won 3 in the bouts against Wealdstone, unbeaten. Actually just lost 1 to the last 6 for them heading into this. Eastleigh, though, with a big 4-0 win over Dorking. Wealdstone with a 1-0 win over Chelmsford. That was in the Football Trophy round 3. Of course, the odds right here right now go in favour. It's pretty much even Steve's between two sides. You could not separate them. But for me, I have to separate them, and I'm going to go with a win for Wealdstone. 1-0 win for them on the road, shocking Eastleigh, who are on 7th spot. And then wrap it up. It is York City up against, who are you? It's Maidstone United. Of course, come at you over at York. Now, these two sides, according to my eyes, I played each other just 3 times 2016. 1 win for Maidstone, nothing for York. 2 draws, of course. York, though, 1-2 lost to and draw to over the last 6. Maidstone, though, just 1 win in 6. 17% form for them at the moment. Last round, though, over at York, it was a 1-1 draw back in February 2017. York picking up a 2-2 draw against Gateshead most recently, and, of course, Maidstone with a 1-0 loss against Dagenham. They haven't scored in back-to-back games, but the bookies say it's all York's to lose here, and I've gone with them as well. 2-1 win for York to take it to the house. That, my friends, is a risky bit of business we've got going on for you right here right now. And if I'm right, this is what the table will look like. Notts County, of course, a supreme at the moment. Of course, Wrexham, though, game in hand, and of course could take over the top of the table at just the right time at the moment. But anyway, that's my situation there. Of course, if you want to get involved, cut the National League. It is free, and of course, please forgive all the hinky-dinkiness about these videos at the moment, because we are literally recording with potatoes, and the mic is coming out of a tin can, and the computer is run by hamsters. So it is very, very bare bones at the moment. But I do appreciate your support any which way you can. Subscribe, thumbs up, hit the little bell. Of course, we'll be back whenever we can. Until then, guys, subscribe, and I'm out.